12,800 years ago, after the fires died down, humanity rose from the ruins. The stones of the west and the jade of the east awakened together. Two civilizations at opposite ends of the world began walking the same path of destiny, unknown to each other. One side raised massive stones to record the heavens, while the other shaped the earth to rule the land. We call this the symmetrical earth.
Heaven has tested us, so now we shall become the masters of the earth. This record will remain forever.
The first chronicle written by a reset humanity now unfolds before you. 10,000 years before our era, the secret of the survivors left in the wake of the receding ice. Do you believe they were somehow connected? In a moment, the astonishing truth behind why those who knew nothing of farming raised 12-ton stones, that marvelous reality will be revealed. Around 9,500 BC, the Natufians emerged from their caves in the Levant of the West. They harvested wild wheat and prepared for settlement. At the same time, a miracle was occurring in the Jiahu wetlands of China in the east. They crafted flutes from animal bones and sang. History exploded simultaneously. There was no time lag between Western settlement and Eastern art.
The sound from this bone will comfort the dead. Our songs will ride the wind and dwell upon the land.
Survival became a revolution. While the West domesticated dogs, the East began raising pigs. As populations grew, a stronger order became necessary. It was the moment God began to enter the human mind beyond mere tribal groups. They began creating massive symbols to give form to invisible forces. Massive stone pillars were erected in the West, while mysterious jade artifacts were discovered in Eastern tombs. The values of the two worlds were remarkably alike.
I will carve the stars of heaven into this stone. Future generations will know we were here through this form.
Amazingly, these two civilizations never once knew of each other's existence. Yet, the layout of their ruins shows a startlingly precise astronomical alignment. Is this a coincidence or a shared memory? Settlement birthed possession, and possession birthed class. Humanity abandoned its equal past and moved toward a pyramidal social structure. Rituals praying for abundance became more sophisticated, with the high priest at their center. Are they truly connected by an invisible thread? In the next scene, the secrets of an unimaginable ancient temple will be unveiled. In 9000 BC, Göbekli Tepe was built on the desolate hills of Turkey. An impossible feat of architecture in an age without wheels or metal tools. Strange reliefs of comets and beasts were carved into the 12-ton stone pillars. Simultaneously, the myth of the bear woman was taking root in the Liao River civilization of the East. They worshipped bears and carved jade into symbols of sacred authority. The West recorded the threads of the sky on stone, while the East held the divinity of the earth in jade.
Remember the day the messenger of heaven brought fire. The soul within this jade will protect us from the disasters to come.
Civilization advanced rapidly. Beyond mere survival, surplus production began. In the Sumerian region of the West, houses were built with mud bricks, while the Liangzhu culture of the East designed massive canal systems to manage floods. Liangzhu's water control system was the largest in the world at the time. Humanity's will to conquer nature first bore fruit in the East. But even these great cities were powerless against the massive fury of nature. Climate change caused meticulously built levees to collapse and cities to be submerged. Humanity had to move again, seeking new homes.
The water has swallowed everything. The temples our ancestors built are now buried in cold earth. Where must we go?
This is the background where flood myths appear commonly across the globe. The story of Noah in the west and the legend of Yu the Great in the east are strikingly similar. Perhaps they are collective memories of an actual great flood. Disaster scattered humanity, but at the same time, it demanded even greater organizational power. The era arrived where those who ruled the water became kings. Centralized power began to coalesce around great river basins. The Tigris and Euphrates of the west and the Yellow River of the east appeared on the stage of history. People flocked to the riverbanks, carving scripts onto clay and divining on oracle bones. The Age of Records had officially begun.
I will carve the king's achievements into this plate to pass them on forever. Letters are stronger than swords and will tell the truth.
The first sentences of humanity were recorded in different languages across different continents. If the warnings carved in stone are true, are we safe now? In the next chapter, we conduct a full exploration of the mysterious cities submerged beneath the sea. In 4000 BC, Uruk in Mesopotamia grew into humanity's first great metropolis. Tens of thousands of people established order within its walls. At the same time, walled cities appeared in the Longshan culture of the Yellow River Basin. The West managed the economy by recording ledgers on clay tablets, while the East established the authority of rulers through patterns on ritual vessels.
Record the number of barley and livestock accurately. Only when the temple's granaries are full can our city's peace be guaranteed.
The invention of the wheel transformed Western logistics, while the invention of lacquerware elevated Eastern elegance. Humanity now began to work with metal. Bronze, a mix of copper and tin, became both a tool of war and a ritual vessel to communicate with the gods. The arrival of the Bronze Age heralded an age of blood for both East and West. It was a war of conquest for more land and more slaves. Villages became cities, and cities became states, threatening each other's survival.
Our bronze blades will pierce the hearts of our enemies. Only those who triumph earn the right to claim this fertile river.
Even amidst the fires of war, human knowledge constantly exchanged and evolved. In the West, astronomy developed to create calendars, while in the East, calendars were set through the study of celestial cycles for farming. Just before the pyramids were built, Egypt had already laid the foundation of a unified empire, and China's Xia dynasty was manifesting as a reality from legend. Massive structures began to be used as a means to prove the king's immortality.
Build a tower that reaches the heavens so the king's soul may become a star. These massive stones will not crumble even after 1,000 years.
Now humanity seeks to become gods themselves, moving beyond being mere agents of the divine. The Pharaohs of the West and the Sons of Heaven in the East exercised absolute power on their respective continents. Civilization now heads toward an irreversible peak. But behind the brilliant facade of civilization lay the blood and sweat of countless unnamed workers. The foundation of empires was built on their sacrifice. Their suffering was sometimes recorded in the form of monsters or demons within myths.
We carry stones and build walls, yet no one remembers our names. Oh gods, when will this suffering ever end?
Just as the golden age of civilization was beginning, the earth erupted in fury once more. An unannounced great drought toppled empires. Hear the screams of lost civilizations in the next chapter. At the end of the 3rd millennium BC, a global drop in temperature and a drought struck. Prosperous cities turned into ghost towns in an instant. Akkad in the west, following the path of ruin, and Liangzhu vanishing from sight. The empires crumble. Starving people began to migrate once more. This great migration served as the catalyst for the first physical collision between different civilizations.
It has been years since it last rained. They say there is an unyielding river to the south, so we must find our new hope there.
Civilizations collapsed, but their fragments spread to the surroundings, becoming new seeds. Knowledge that survived the disaster grew stronger. The West refined legal codes, while the East sought to overcome chaos through philosophical thought. Through this period, humanity began to ask the meaning of life beyond mere survival. This was the time the true spiritual foundation of ancient civilizations was laid. We now conclude the great journey of Part 1 and head toward the even hotter age of Bronze.
The records will never cease. Greater walls will be built where they fell, and our history will continue with blood and tears.
The pyramids of the West and the Sangsing-Dui civilization of the East are ready to face each other. In the next episode, we delve into the madness of kings who wished to be gods and the overwhelming legacy they left behind. This is Part 2, The Age of Bronze and Divine Power. The ancient history you knew is just the tip of the iceberg. The real truth hidden beneath the sea and within the soil will soon be revealed before your eyes. The second story of Symmetrical Earth continues soon. Stay with us by subscribing and liking the video. Please leave your questions. Why do you think Eastern and Western civilizations grew into such similar mirrors of each other? We will continue the discussion in the comments. Humanity's great journey has only just begun. How far have we truly come since the reset 12,800 years ago? The next destination indicated by scientific data and archaeological evidence is the turbulent era of 2000 BC. Feel the vibration of history with us. The legacy of fire and ice does not end here. It still breathes within our DNA and the myths we call our own. This special chronicle series with ancient civilization experts continues until Part 10. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you.